Well, normally this would be the final game on the blue of the season, but Boise State has already secured a spot in the Mountain West Conference Championship game. So we know the Broncos will be in action next Saturday against Fresno State. But today was a chance to go out in style on Senior Day.
Yeah, even with nothing on the line, that did not stop the boys from getting after it today and, getting the result that they wanted in front of a surprisingly large home crowd for a 10 a.m. kickoff.
31,000 fans in attendance. Hey, this kind of cool.
Yeah, the Broncos were wearing helmet decals of gold and navy blue ribbons, honoring the victims of the recent tragedies at the University of Idaho and the University of Virginia. First quarter, redshirt freshman Andrew Simpson breaks through, lays the boom on Utah State quarterback Cooper Legas, forcing the incompletion. A lot of big hits in this one. This one less fun, though. J.L. Skinner breaking up some trickery on the fake punt. The refs would flag him for targeting, causing the senior to be disqualified from the game. Not a great way to spend senior night. That Utah State drive would end in a field goal attempt, but after drilling the back of his lineman's head, the Aggies' kick is no good, keeping this game at 0-0 in the first stanza.
So on the ensuing offensive drive for Boise State, hey, they start to get things going a little bit here. Taylon Green hits Billy Bowens, who somehow tiptoes the sideline and cuts this thing back across midfield. He'd pick up 41 yards on the play and set up this.
Yeah, the drive capped off with a Taylon Green pass to Eric McAllister in the corner of the end zone. The redshirt freshman probably goes on to have his biggest game yet, and I don't even either. They're both redshirt freshmen, so that goes for both of them.
The future is bright. So it's the quarterback going back to work, and he hits sophomore Latrell Capel streaking behind the defense. The 50-yard touchdown put Boise State up 2 scores early on. They would not stop there.
Yeah, the second quarter would continue. Green once again going deeper. Eric McAllister once again pulling it down 25 yards on that touchdown reception. The Broncos take a nice 21-0 lead at that point.
Interestingly enough, though, Utah State gets on the board right before halftime.
Yeah, they end the shutout. Wide receiver Terrell Vaughn takes that handoff, finds the outside, breaks through a pair of defenders, meeting him at the goal line. They tack on another field goal at the start of the third quarter, but then the Broncos are right back to work. Fourth down, George Halani takes the direct snap and nearly takes this one all the way to the house. 27 yards to get Boise State set up on the goal line, and a few plays later, this is pretty special. Taylon Green drops back, lets it fly, and then pulling it down, that's Scott Matlock, the defensive tackle.
The second year in a row against Utah State, the very same play results in a Scott Matlock touchdown.
Yeah, the second of his career, and pretty cool. So Jonah Domus, the kicker, always lifts up, gets lifted dirty dancing style by Scott. They switched roles on that one. Pretty fun to see.
A little more difficult lifting a 320 pounds above your head. How about this, though? Here comes Utah State all of a sudden. They got a really talented running back in Calvin Tyler Jr. He scores there. And then this.
Yeah, Gabe Hunter pulling down the interception on what could have been the go-ahead drive for Utah State. Gabe Hunter's a guy who's been making plays all season long, a young guy. No interception bigger than that one in his career, though. And then Taylon Green follows it up with a 91-yard rushing touchdown. And then later on, Shayla Oladipo follows that one up with a pick-6. So what was a close game ended up being a blowout in the very end of this one.
Boise State cruises 42-23. Next up, the Mountain West Conference Championship game next Saturday.
It's a championship game, bro.
Yeah.
It's what we've been working for since January, and so it is. It's huge. Yeah, it's big. The guys know that. That's why when they walk out of the doors of the facility, it is about taking care of our bodies, our mind, our physical well-being, because we got to be our best. And we know we got a great team coming in here to play us, and we have to be our absolute best, in this week of preparation. And that's how important it is that we do the little things better than we've done all year, and that starts with taking care of ourselves.
Obviously, senior day is a little crazy, how the time flew by, and this is it. And got one more game on the blue, and I'm going to do everything I can to soak it up, enjoy the moments, the little things, with the people around me, and I think I'll be more locked into getting a W on that day than focusing on it's my last game on the blue. So, but I'm going to enjoy it.
As he should. A massive performance from Taylon Green today. 220 yards through the air, threw for 4 touchdowns, ran for another touchdown. DJ Schramm also an outstanding effort today. 15 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Some big individual efforts.
Yeah, and they got to do it on national TV. So, I mean, we've known how great Taylon Green is all season. We've seen how great DJ Schramm has been all season. a lot of people are finding out right now how
Yeah.
good those guys are.
Yeah, as we welcome in Joe to the program here, I honestly want to know, Taylon's 91-yard touchdown run,
Yeah.
I want to know how many quarterbacks in the country can do what he did. Next up, Joe, Mountain West Conference Championship game, 2 o'clock next Saturday on the Blue.
Okay, so if you think back to the beginning of the season and the sky is falling, the
Yeah.
first few, the season, they really rebounded.
Yeah, I don't know how many people thought they'd be here after Oregon State and certainly after UTEP. Boise State was only 2-2. The good thing, both those losses were outside of conference play, right? So one cool thing about today's win, Joe, Boise State goes 8-0 in conference play. It's just the second time since they joined the Mountain West in 2011 that they completed league play with a perfect record. So a pretty cool accomplishment for the Broncos.
And I'd say Coach Avalos deserves a lot of credit here. Persevering through the beginning of the season, it's easy to forget. People were calling for his job too, so great perseverance from the whole Broncos squad.
At the end of September, oh man, he had to make a tough decision, Brady.
Yeah, absolutely. And it worked out for a lot of people on that team, and we got a chance to see Taylon Green out of it.
Yeah.
So,
Tim
crazy to look back at what this has been.
Tim Plow gets let go, Dirt Cutter takes over. Taylon Green becomes the next great thing at Boise State. So it's been a storybook season for sure. They'll go for win number 10 and a Mountain West Conference Championship, though, again, a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow at 2 o'clock on the Blue, even better. You don't even
Yep.
have to really travel anywhere, so
Love
we will
it.
have coverage, of course. Jay, Brady, a lot of excitement. A championship week always has a special feel to it.
It does. It does. It's almost as good as, them letting us hang out with you on the news at 4.
Wow, it must be the holiday season. Jay, you definitely won't be getting cold this week. Santa Claus watches all of our newscasts. Well, Jay and Brady, thank you so much. We'll check in with you guys a little bit later on. But